Hello everybody, this is Kurt with the Naked Card Experience, and I'm here doing some Diablo 3. I wanted to, just kind of play some Diablo 3 and record while I'm doing it. There's not really any specific thing I'm doing, really, other than just kind of still looking for the shield for the Crusader build. So far, I haven't really played too much since the last time you saw the recording. It's just because I didn't want to get burned out, and The Witcher 3 came out, of course, and I've spent a lot of my time doing that. Oh, by the way, I'm lagging a little bit just because it's initial start of the game. Every time I start the game up... Oops. I was clicking... Oh, my hands were on the wrong keys completely. I don't... I was down on, like, ASDF instead of my normal QWER. There we go. Now things I'm doing are actually working. But yeah, so today's not really a special thing that I'm doing or, like, showing you anything different. I'm just kind of working towards what I want to get for this character, and I thought I'd bring you guys along because it's fun to talk to people while I play. I mean, so far the Crusader build, I really enjoy the speed of the attack that I have. I'm funny. The attack speed. But yeah, I really enjoy that. I really enjoy the movement speed of my character too, with all the different abilities that I'm using. So far, the one thing I don't like, though, is the lack of damage and the kind of lack of survivability. Like, I am a little bit weaker than I am of my monk, anyway. But the one thing I do have to remember, too, is my monk is my strongest character, so... Yeah, I got re-inspired to play because I was looking up some more things that I needed to do for all of my characters, really. And I was looking up other monk builds as one of the biggest things that I wanted to see. And I'm considering trying to do a, it's a, oh jeez. It's a monk build that uses 2-piece Innas and Sun Wukong. And then I switch out some other abilities to allow me to get the benefit from having the 100% mantra bonus and stuff. And then using... Oh, jeez, I couldn't get out of there. Using some of my other stuff that I've hoarded, like the secondary weapon that allows me to do a lot more damage. Oh, that's why. Allows me to do a lot more damage with Exploding Palm, and then allows me to spread Exploding Palm. That seemed like it could be a good idea. I was testing out other ones before I recorded this video, too. With a using Sun Wukong's, but then switching some other stuff around to use what was it? The Wave of Light weapon that I have. So you use like a 2 or 3-piece it is. Use a Ring of Royal Grandeur and all the other stuff, and then use a full Sun Wukong's, and then use the Wave of Light staff that I have. That build was okay, but it didn't do nearly as much damage as the build that I already have for him. I know for a fact that I'm pretty sure that the highest Greater Rifts now for the monk are over 58. I think 59 is the highest. And he's not using the build that I'm using with Dashing Strike. So I'd have to kind of check to see what he's doing. Because last I checked, like I said, I was looking up the builds for it, and I'm pretty sure he's the same guy that is on the leaderboards. And he was using the build I was just talking about, the 2-piece Innas with the Sun Wukong build. But like I said, I haven't looked into it too much because I haven't been playing terribly much. I've only played a little bit since the last time you guys saw me play, but here we are now, just clearing a rift while I talk about it. It sounds to me like, too, that this season, seeing as Season 2 was so short, this one's actually going to be a lot longer. So that's the other reason why I'm not terribly worried about it. Just due to the fact that I don't really need to panic if it's going to be a longer season like the Season 1 was. I just hope it isn't going to be as long as Season 1, because Season 1 lasted way too long. Like, maybe another month or two, that'd probably be the best bet, I think. Boop, boop, boop. As you can see, though, the movement speed on this character is really good. And like I was saying before, the survivability isn't great, though. I've died a couple times more than I'd like to. The very first time I died, though, was just me not using the right keys. I was on the wrong keys completely. That's why I was zooming in a lot when I was trying to heal. Um, the attack damage is pretty good when I get the bonus attack damage from the shield that I can never find still. That'll help out a great bit, I'm pretty sure. Focus and restraint will also help a lot. The one negative aspect of having multiple characters in this game, though, that you try to build with is that you really run out of space for saving builds. So that's the one major negative that I've noticed with what I'm doing now with all these different characters is that my stash does not have the space to save half of the things I want to try. The majority of it's monk stuff right now just because that's my first character, but like I have a couple things from my Demon Hunter and a couple things for my Crusader here, and it's really hard to keep all that together and be able to save it all so that I can test out multiple different builds with these characters. You know the biggest thing that makes me laugh, though, is even since Season 1, they had the flail called Gerfalcon's Foot that would allow your shield to bounce more, and it essentially the thrown shield weapon, or not thrown shield weapon, the thrown shield attack that you have in this. I can't remember what it's called right now because I'm too lazy to look it up. It would allow that one to do a lot more damage, I'm pretty sure, and to bounce more targets and stuff, and I think it's like severely faster than the old way. Oh, jeez, I couldn't get out of that. And I've always wanted to try that build because they called it the Captain America build, just because you use that with a janking board. And it would make your attacks like ridiculously fun with that type of build. And I've never got to try it, and I always wanted to try it just because it sounded so much fun, and that's the whole point of this, is it'd be fun. I mean, it sure might not be the best, but it might be fun at least. Never found a Gerfalcon's Foot. I found a janking board once in a while, but never a Gerfalcon's Foot. And I've been playing this game quite a long time. So, well, okay. I thought I heard a treasure goblin, but it's like I'm not even near it. I've already searched everything except for there, but swore I heard one briefly there. Hooray! 444. Oh yeah, I should probably do Paragon. I always forget to do Paragon. Boo boo doo boo. But yeah, okay, so while we're back here waiting for a little bit, just a little bit, as you can see, like, I have all this space here, and then just gems, which is the only space that I have, like, a bunch of different crap for the Demon Hunter and for the Crusader, and then you go down, and then you get a janking board, and you have all the stuff for Crusader here, and then some random crap that I'm keeping just because it's so freaking good, but I don't have the heart to get rid of it yet, even though I will. Like a Dex Furnace. I don't think I'm going to need a Dexterity Furnace for my Monk ever. And then just a whole shitload of Monk stuff. But yeah, so my idea for my build for the Monk one, well, not really my build, it's a build that I've seen that I want to try. Sun Wuko's crown, Sun Wuko's shoulders, and then the Sun Wuko amulet that's already on him just because it's so good. Sun Wuko's gloves, then the chest piece for Inez, not chest piece, I don't think. Yeah, chest piece for Inez, belt for Inez, and then some sort of, or not belt, I mean pants for Inez, and then some sort of belt that I want to try to use. Probably a witching hour. I only have the one and it's on my Demon Hunter, but I can switch it out easily. Then there's the Gungdo gear, which applies exploding palm to anybody's, or when it explodes. Then that's what it's called, Azturask, I think it is. Its damage is increased. This is not a very good one, but I mean I have one. Then Crutus Boots to give you more Mystic Allies. Combine all of that, and then kind of play around with it with a focus and restraint, of course. The other thing, too, though, is that the one I was originally trying was using Incense Torch of the Grand Temple with Wave of Light Reduction. And then doing some Wukos and then some Innas, except, oops, I was doing more than the two-piece Innas. I was switching out for the conventional elements and Ring of Royal Grandeur, just to test. This isn't a very good Ring of Royal Grandeur, so that's why I don't really care about it. And then I would get a four-piece. Oh, God, I keep right-clicking. I get like a four-piece by putting the 3 ounce, and I get all the mantras as well, but it's just a test. That's for the most part, though, what I'm trying to do here. But for now, I'm basically just waiting for the shield for this character while I play. So let's do another one. And that was quick. I was trying not to yawn onto the microphone, so that's why I just kind of blatantly stopped in the middle of my sentence. I don't want you guys to sit there and just hear me, oh, the for like a minute there. It was a pretty long yawn. What I really do like about this build comparatively to my other builds so far, well, not comparatively because I can't really say that because the Demon Hunter is the same type of build, but I really enjoy having a large area of effect damage, such as this. Well, I guess it's more of a large attack radius, not area of effect really, because it's not really of an area of effect. Exploding Palm would be like an area of effect, so would Rain of Vengeance. But I really like the long range and distance that this swing has on this build. It allows you to really clear out the trash mobs. Oh, jeez. Stop spawning them over and over again. Please, go away. Oh, by the way, the other thing, too, when I'm waiting for my ring as well, since I need both rings, I only have the one. The best way to start with this build is to get your stacks up like this, and then left click, right click, left click, right click, left click, right click, left click, right click, and that'll allow you to maintain your stacks for focus and restraint, as well as your stacks for your main sweep attack. That's what I do anyway. It seems very, very intuitive once I get into like a build, or not a build, a enemy like this. That's not going to die in 2 hits. So left click, right click, left click, right click. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. As you can see, it works pretty well. The only problem is this build, unlike with other ones, it seems to be anything you fight in this game with specific characters, especially like a character like this that's very, very up close in your face. You always, always, always fight enemies that are freaking distances that are always a large distance from you. You never seem to get the up close and personal fighters like you do with a Demon Hunter. Which, that's quite an obvious statement. I shouldn't really have to explain that because people already knew that. So you get kind of aggravated with a build like this, especially when you get a freaking scan deal or something for a Greater Rift boss, Rift Guardian. Because you're trying to chase him down, and all he does is just keep fucking teleporting around, and you're like, okay, thank you, I'm trying to fight you now, can we please fight? And they're like, nah. You're like, please? And they're like, nah. So far, though, this is the most comfortable that I can get without that shield to T6 clearing. I was talking about it in my previous videos, but my personal opinion is if you can kill an elite pack in under 30 seconds with a new build, it sure may not be the fastest because you have other builds that probably can clear certain elite packs at T6 in like 2 seconds or maybe 1 or 2 hits. Sure, mine does too. Both of my other characters do. But the reasoning behind under the 30-second rule is because you want to maintain being able to use this character for something like a Greater Rift of like 20 or higher. Because if you can solo a 20 or higher Greater Rift, the drops are significantly better that you get from the Rift Guardian. And it'll allow you to be able to continue doing the Greater Rifts over and over again to ensure that you can at least try to get something in terms of legendaries, because that's the biggest thing you're looking for. Obviously, you're looking for upgrades and you're looking for the parts to the build you want to try. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is still by far doing greater rifts over and over again. You just keep farming greater rifts. And if you can't do T6 very well with a build, like if it takes you like 40 seconds or like, 2 minutes just to kill one elite pack, then you can't really farm a greater rift easily because you're going to be doing a greater rift 1, 11, and then maybe a 20 or 19. And then you're sitting there because every time you do that, when you get to 19, you can't even upgrade your gems very well, for one. Over a 24, a greater rift 24, you can level them up to, I think, 18 or so at 100%, and then anything higher, it gets down to 60. But you still have the chance. Say, like, if it's like your first character, or you're trying to build your very first characters, you're still able to use those characters to upgrade the gems and give yourself a much-needed boost in survivability or damage. But the thing is, if you can't do over 20, you're only doing like a 19 or so, you can't upgrade your gems. The legendary drops you're going to get are probably going to be sparse, like maybe 1 or 2, 3 if you're lucky. I have gotten 4 on a Greater Rift 11 before. It's down on the luck. The higher the levels you do, though, it seems like the better the drops you get, obviously. It's more of a reward. They changed it from before. It used to be before, like, it seemed like any Greater Rift you did, you would get the same amount of drops as if you were doing a Greater Rift 40 to a Greater Rift 10. It was always the same amount of drops, usually. So a lot of people were telling you, don't waste your time, just farm like a Greater Rift 10 over and over again, you'll be fine. But I digress. So the whole point of it is to make sure that you can at least clear those easy enough over 20, so then you can try to get more drops, you can try to level up your gems at the same time. And obviously have a fun time. Because if you're sitting there killing an elite pack, you're like a Greater Rift like 25 or something, and you're not trying to, like, advance yourself because you know that there are people way higher than you, for one. You're just trying to level up your character, not level up your character, you're just trying to, paragon your character while you're trying to find good parts. You want to be able to clear things really quickly. Otherwise, you're going to get bored of it. When you get up into the higher greater rifts, the 40s and 50s, it's going to take you forever to kill anything anyway, because that's just, you start getting to a maxing out point. People have over 1,000 paragon, of course, but they won't be able to clear a greater F 55 or something like that stupidly fast by themselves. You see what I'm saying? Like, of course, there's teams of 4 that can clear greater F, 53 or 54 stupidly fast anyway. That's just because they have so many paragon points, over 1,000, and they have like 12 or 13 or 14,000 damage sitting on their character, or main stat sitting on their character, and that allows them to clear a lot faster than, say, somebody with me who, only has 10 in their main stat. So my point is that, you want to be able to clear things quick, but you want to be able to clear things effectively at the same time. And what I mean by effectively as well as quick, it's very synonymous, but effective just means, that you can do it at a higher level. That's the effectiveness. Quick is the ability to clear them fast. So that's just my opinion, is that I would like to have a build whenever I'm building something like this that can clear T6 such as this, as you can see, fairly easily. Like, it's a lot slower than if I was just doing this for my monk, but I'm doing this for my Crusader just to show you guys, this is a T6 build that's pretty viable. Until I get the better parts, then it'll be a viable Greater Rift build. And of course, the other thing too is you want to be sure that you can do T6 viably too. That's the other thing I have to say, because if you get kind of bored of doing Greater Rifts, doing normal rifts like this and searching for Golem packs like I was showing in my other video, you want to be able to actually kill on T6 effectively while doing a mission like this. Not a mission, a rift like this. Because if you're not able to clear a normal rift at T6, you're going to get even less blood shards when you beat the boss at the end. When you beat the Rift Guardian. And you're also going to get a lesser chance at other legendaries, of course. But the biggest thing that I'd point out, though, is that if you're fighting the Rift Guardian, you're not going to get over 100 blood shards. You're not even going to get, like, near 100 blood shards most of the time. So it's a lot more efficient if you can clear T6 effectively, because then if you're doing a normal rift like this, you'll get about 100 blood shards a run. And if you're searching for goblins, that 100 blood shards a run plus maybe a blood goblin if you're lucky, you can make it quick. You can get those blood shards very fast, and it might be more efficient to do it this way if you get sick of doing greater rifts. It's a rock and a hard place, though, honestly, if you're deciding between whether or not to use a greater rift or a normal rift to find legendaries. Because if you're going to go to the greater rift route, of course you're going to have the larger chance of getting legendaries after every single boss. Oh, jeez. But you're also going to have the negative consequence of having to worry about whatever random drops you're going to get that's probably not going to be what you want, which happens literally all the time. I gotta clear all these stupid freaking smoldering constructs. They're actually killing the shit out of me. While on the opposite spectrum, a regular rift, you have the possibility of not getting drops at all, which is fairly common for somebody like me, of course. And you also have the possibility of not finding a goblin, which is also pretty shitty. If you sit there and you're playing, you're like, yeah, and then you go through all this, and then you don't even find a goblin. You're like, I feel like I wasted, 10 minutes, or in some cases 20 minutes if you're, looking through multiple floors. And who wants to waste all their time looking for something for, like, the day? I mean, I'm not the only one here, and I know I'm not the only one here that, you play, and you're excited that you're playing and stuff, but you do want a relatively instant gratification where you want to get into the game and you do want to have, that first set of legendaries drop right away. You don't want to sit there and farm for the day and then get nothing for like 2 hours straight. That's always so aggravating because you're like, I feel like I've done nothing. You want to at least get some legendaries. You want to feel like you're getting some sort of drops, even if it's not the drops you need yet. That's my point anyway. No, I never tire. You should see some people who stream this. They do it all day, every day. They never tire. You should go make fun of them, not me. So that's a massive upgrade. If it had crit chance instead of life per hit, so I could reroll vitality to lightning skills. But I'm not even going to worry about it because I really don't need either of them anyway. The one thing I've also been neglecting to say too is if you're playing this the way I do, don't play it the way I do, essentially. We'll do a Greater Rift, by the way. Don't do it the way I do it, where I re-roll crap items that I'm probably not going to keep. So, say like, something like that. I re-rolled lightning skills on it, but I shouldn't have had to. I shouldn't really do that at all, because I'm not going to keep those. Like, for this Roland's Bearing here, I re-rolled damage from elites. It's a Roland's Bearing I'm going to probably keep for a while, unless if I get one with, 650 strength, 650 vitality, and then damage from elites reduction, and then another resist. But then I'm not going to use something like a Vigilante Belt, but I re-rolled life on it. So I'm just saying, like, if you have, like, a weapon, say, like, a weapon, that you're not going to probably keep. Like, this one I'm going to keep for a while just because I don't have a better one. But if you get, like, a kind of crappy weapon, but you want to use it and anything until you find the weapon you need, don't worry your ass off about re-rolling it till you get the exact right roll on it, because you're going to waste a lot of your Forgotten Souls doing that. I do that all the time. So, say as I do, not that you see me doing, I guess. Do as I say, not as I do. Because I re-roll my stuff all the time, even if I'm not going to keep it. As you can see from that furnace, like, I wasn't going to keep it, but I re-rolled 10% damage on it for some stupid reason. Just because it feels so weird getting rid of a freaking furnace, because I don't find them often enough to make it. Especially an ancient furnace. I mean, are you kidding me? An ancient dexterity furnace? But I digress. So, just as a good idea, though, common practice, don't re-roll something you're not going to use for a long time, just because you're going to waste a lot of Forgotten Souls doing that. Unless if you have one of those people that are, like, been playing for a while and you have just been banking them, then feel free to do what you want. But if you're kind of tight on them like me, like less than 100 for a lot, yeah, there we go. Then don't waste the time doing that. It's a really bad practice to get into. As you can see at lower levels like this, conduits literally make the game stupid and trivial. I think it's a really good balancing mechanic that they did with the conduit pylons, though, because I remember the whole debacle that they first had with them and how people were complaining about them and stuff. Well, some people are like, "Oh, that's only people use to get to the highest grade RoS on the leaderboard." It's like, well, it's in there for you too. You could do the same thing. They're not the only ones using it. Complaining aside, though, I found it rather entertaining that they did listen and they switched it so then lower levels make it so then it's very viable and you can use that to clear a bunch of crap all the time. But then when you go to a higher level, they become just a good auxiliary damage. They don't become the main damage you can do, so you can't rely on them. That's what I really like about it. They really balanced it out so then over like a greater of 30, 33, maybe. I'm just kind of spitballing off the top of my head. I can't really think of an exact number that I've seen it kind of fail. That's a good word. Jeez, I always get good words. It's ridiculous. Well, not very good. It's not like, amazing. I have a word that has Dex on it that had literally perfect rolls and everything. I don't know if I still have that, though. I may have gotten rid of it because I didn't want to entice myself into using it again. Oh no, there's my witching hour. Oh, that's my spare witching hour that has friggin' stuff for my demon hunter on it. I wonder what he's using. Yeah, there's my word. Near perfect everything. Crit damage could have been 50. Dex could have been 450, I think. Oh, 500. So the Dex is a little low. The crit damage is not. I haven't re-rolled anything on it, but 32 instead of 35. Near perfect word that I picked up. I haven't even re-rolled anything. But, okay. So like I was saying, with a long tangent, finally getting back all the way around to it, okay, this will be the best point. So I have this Promise of Glory. I re-rolled lightning skills. I shouldn't re-roll lightning skills on it because I'm not going to keep it. The reason why I'm using it is because I didn't have anything better. And the other thing is, I didn't really want to re-roll anything on it, but I just wanted to make sure I could get a little bit better damage. So if you really, really want to make sure that you can maintain at least some damage with a character that's obviously not built up yet, reroll once or twice. If you really, really need to, just to get that crit chance because you want to ensure that you maintain damage, just reroll for the crit chance or crit damage or something, or the lightning skills. And if it only takes a couple rolls, keep it. But if it takes like more than 5 rolls, stop. Don't waste your time doing it. The last thing that I have is, as you saw when I picked up the Steady Strikers, don't replace crap armor and munitions and stuff with more crap armor and munitions if you know for a fact that's not what you're going to use. So say like I needed a strong arm bracers, just as a thought, if I needed strong arm bracers instead of any other ones right now, and I have these Promises of Glory, I pick up those Steady Strikers that give me a little bit better damage, like barely better damage, but I'd have to re-roll to get the other skill I want in there. I know I'm not going to use them, and I know I'm doing lower damage now, and it's going to give me trivial increase. There's no point in wasting my time to reroll for the other part I need on the new armor when I know for a fact I'm not going to keep him anyway. Now, by comparison, if you get a piece that you need, so this is the best example. If you have a focus and restraint, or in my case, only one of the parts, and you finally get that other ring to complete your build for that part, just so your damage gets better, but your focus and restraint aren't very good. So say like your focus doesn't have all the parts on it or something like that. It has a main stat and it has like a damage reroll on it, like a damage range, but you want crit chance and crit damage, but it doesn't have those. Ensure that it at least has the socket. Ensure it has the main stat for now, and use it when you get both of them. Don't use it when you only have the one because it's not going to give you anything. It's going to actually make you worse. But if you get both, that damage increase you get from the stacks that it gives you, is so much better than anything you could possibly get on the ring otherwise that it's really bad not to use. So like I can show you now. You know, I have a focus with strength vitality, and I just rerolled crit chance of 4.5 on it. Reason being that, you know, it has strength vitality, and then it had some other crappy stat in the socket. So I rerolled once just to get that crit chance because it was obviously a lot better than my other ring. But I didn't reroll to get a 6.0 because I know for a fact I'm not going to use this one if I find one better. Saffron wrap. Anywho, that should about do it for this episode, though. I mean, I've been going for a little bit, and just kind of talking with you guys while I played. Like I said, I wanted to play, and I wanted to bring you guys along, and I didn't have anything specific to go through, but I wanted to kind of go over some of the stuff that I've been noticing when I've been playing, and I mean that could be good, but yeah. I also just wanted to go over, you know, some stuff that I saw from other people, like you know, watching streams or watching other videos, you know, just to see what other people are doing. That's the biggest thing that I've seen is that a lot of people, the ones that are doing streams that are lower levels, you know, they're playing it the way they want it, which is the best way to play it. But then they do things like that I've been doing that I got in the habit of doing. So I wanted to kind of bring it up to you guys and tell you, you know, if you have something like this, Storm Shield, and I throw it in there, as you can see, I've only rolled it twice, like twice, 3 times to get a crit chance of 9%. I stopped re-rolling it because I don't need anything better than that. I'm not going to keep this Storm Shield. The other thing too is if like you get like a really good secondary, like this is the part that sucked for me. I get a friggin' Convention of Elements and I re-rolled it once and got 46% crit chance. This is such a good ring that as soon as I get the ring I need, the other one, I'm going to lose a lot of damage on paper. Behind the scenes, I'm actually going to gain more at the stacks, but you just got to remember that if you have a really good weapon and then you swap out for another one, or a really good armor and you swap out for another armor, the one that you need, and you rerolled the armor you don't need to really good stats, you're not going to be able to replace it easily. So like for something like this, you know, it has a damage modifier, strength, and crit chance, which sucks. I just rerolled a socket in it just so I could get the gem into it, and then when I get another amulet that may not have the poison damage prevention, I'll at least have better fodder that way. So, last but not least, let's go ahead and... Oh, look, an ivory tower. That's the first time I've got one. Wow. Wow. That blows. I got really good stuff that I don't need. Yay. Well, that's an absolutely terrible shield. That one's okay. Block releases forward of Fires of Heaven. Oh, they changed that. That's cool. Too bad your block sucks. Anywho, thanks guys for watching. In the next one, I'm gonna probably do another video of this with my Demon Hunter and stuff. I'm not really sure. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention too is when I was telling you guys a while back, when Nick was still playing, that I smashed my finger in a car door. The fingernail finally fell off, which kind of sucks. But, you know, in case you ever have that where you smash your finger and it really screws up underneath it, it actually is quite a wonderful change as soon as that freaking fingernail falls off, because then you can actually start picking up stuff again. Oh boy, was I upset not being able to grab things because I kept tearing out that fingernail. When it finally came off, oh, it's so nice. Anywho, that's some weird, disgusting fact of me today. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will see you in the next episode when I maintain, or when I continue talking to you guys about some other builds with my Demon Hunter and such. So, anyway, you have a good one.